Good evening, everyone. Start out with agenda item 1.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley, having established quorum, resolves to call the December 12th, 2022 regular meeting of Council to order at 5:01 p.m. Did I get a mover? Dean? And a seconder, Rob? And all in favor, all of you? Thank you. Okay, anything for removal from the consent agenda to the regular agenda? I don't think there's a bunch of things there, but nothing too earth-shattering. Okay. Agenda item 2.2, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to adopt the agenda for the December 12th, 2022 regular meeting of Council as presented, and that a copy of this agenda be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Need a mover and a seconder. Gary Warren. All in favor? Anybody see anything they want to declare conflict of interest on the agenda? I don't think there was anything. Therefore, agenda item 4.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley, whereas time being 5:02 p.m., that the regular meeting of Council be adjourned to a confidential in-camera meeting. Mover seconder again, Dean, Gary. All in favor? Gary. Thanks. We'll move on to agenda item 5.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 7:13 p.m., that the confidential in-camera meeting is concluded and the regular meeting of council is resumed. Need a mover seconder, please. Randy. John. All in favor? Thank you. Agenda item 6.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to approve as presented the minutes from the November 28, 2022 regular meeting of council, and that these minutes be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Again, I need a mover and a seconder, please. Rob. All in favor? Thank you. Okay. Agenda item 7.1, CAO Audrey.
Okay. So yeah, this is to the end of November. The only one that is different is just the mobile or the waste management facility. Wages are currently low there, and one of the contracted amounts is otherwise. Everything else is looking good. The other ones aren't anything that I haven't discussed with you already with regards to why they're off a little bit.
Alrighty. 7.2, the reading begins. That the Council of Town of Kindersley resolves to approve the following appointments for a term beginning January 1, 2023, which shall expire December 31st, 2023. Deputy Administrator Kim Vogel, Auditors CHPB CPAs, Assessor CAO Audrey Habert, Buildings Officials, Class 3, Chris Gates of Buildtech Consulting and Inspections, Inc., and secondly, Carly Heathcote of Buildtech and Consulting and Inspections, Inc. Number 5 is the Town of Kindersley Emergency Measures Coordinator as Deputy Administrator Kim Vogel. 6, Town of Kindersley Emergency Measures Deputy Coordinator by Law Enforcement Officer Trina Koska. 7, the Planning Consultancy of Record is Crosby Hanna and Associates. 8, the Engineering Consultancy of Record is ACOM. And these are just the general appointments that we...
Yeah, these are the annual appointments that need to be made. Yeah.
So I need a mover and a seconder on those, Gary and Randy. All in favor? Okay, thank you. Then, agenda item 7.3, that the Town of Kindersley appoints Western Municipal Consulting Ltd. to manage the Board of Revision process for the term January 1, 2023 to December 31, 2023. Remuneration as set out in Western Municipal Consulting Ltd. Fee schedule, with the following to serve as members of the Board of Revision: Tim Lafreniere, Mike Waschuk, Gordon Parkinson, Dave Thompson, Wayne Adams, Jeff Hutton, Dave Guernsey, Murray Dean, and Stu Demmons, and that the chair shall be responsible for naming no fewer than 3 members for the hearing of any matter. Where the chair does not include themselves among the appointees, the member appointed for a hearing shall determine the chair of that hearing from amongst their numbers, and that the Town of Kindersley appoints Courtney Joseph with Western Municipal Consulting Ltd. as Secretary of the Board of Revision for the term January 1, 2023 through to December 31st, 2023. Remuneration as set out in Western Municipal Consulting Ltd. Fee schedule. If Courtney Joseph is unable to perform secretarial functions for reasons which may include scheduling difficulties, the Secretary may appoint a delegate to perform administrative functions and may appoint a recording secretary for the purpose of any hearing. CAO Audrey.
So this resolution appoints our Board of Revision, which hears the appeal taxation or assessment appeals. The reason, these used to be part of that other resolution that you just passed, but we were running into some issues with regards to, like last year, the secretary, she ended up leaving Western Consulting. And so then we had to do that quick, I don't know if you remember last year, we had to do a quick special meeting to appoint another one. And so this resolution now kind of allows them to switch that out if, whether it's scheduling or whatever, because part of that, and same with the chair, we ran into that they didn't have enough members, and so then our appeals got all pushed back. So this is why this resolution is now separate and a little bit lengthier than it used to be, so that they can keep going or moving forward with the appeals at any time.
Any questions on that, council? If not, I'll need a mover and a seconder, please. Over here, Rob and Warren. All in favor? Carried. 7.4, it's all the same except for one name, as near as I can tell, but I'll read it again, I guess. He's laughing at me. Okay, that the town of Kindersley appoints Western Municipal Consulting to manage the Development Appeals Board process for the term January 1, 2023 through to December 31, 2023. Remuneration as set out in Western Municipal Consulting fee schedule with the following to serve as members of the Development Appeals Board: Tim Lafreniere, Mike Waschuk, Gordon Parkinson, Dave Thompson, Wayne Adams, Jeff Hutton, Barry Clark, Dave Guernsey, Murray Dean, Pam Malak, Stu Emmons, and Stu Hayward, and that the chair shall be responsible for naming no fewer than 3 members for the hearing of any matter. Where the chair does not include themselves among the appointees, the members appointed for a hearing shall determine the chair of that hearing from amongst their numbers, and that the town of Kindersley appoints Claudette McGuire with Western Municipal Consulting Ltd. as secretary to the Development Appeals Board for the term January 1, 2023 through to December 31st, 2023. Remuneration as set out in Western Municipal Consulting Ltd. fee schedule. If Claudette McGuire is unable to perform secretarial functions for reasons which may include scheduling difficulties, the secretary may appoint a delegate to perform administrative functions and may appoint a recording secretary for the purpose of any hearing.
Okay, so that this board, and there are a couple different ones on there, they hear the development appeals. So if there's any issues with the building,
like with our zoning bylaw,
or whatever, they'll hear that and or hear those appeals for that.
Okay. All clear? Good.
As noted.
Okay. Can I have a mover and a seconder for the clear as mud? Randy and Warren. Oops. That's right. All in favor? Carried. Okay, this one's a lot simpler to read. Agenda item 7.5, that the council of the town of Kindersley authorizes administration to transfer the indicated amounts to the following reserves for projects budgeted in 2022 but not completed. Property Development Reserve, 109,750. General Paving, 200,000, and Recreation Reserve, $513,534. CAO Audrey?
So these are projects that were budgeted in 2022 that did not get completed for various reasons. So the Property Development Reserve was our parking lot resurfacing. It didn't get completed. So we're just moving those funds so we don't have to fund it all again next year. The general paving, that is the Coleman Crescent or Coleman Crescent Road. We got the deep services in, but we didn't get the paving done on that. So that's just getting moved to the reserve. And the recreations are, we had budgeted for the McGowan Park drainage. The Motherwell Beach is going in there till next year. the Baker Park fitness equipment, the Zamboni fill station, the emergency exits in the plant room, which they decided to not do until they looked at the entire plant, and then the NRC roof and doors.
Get a mover and a seconder for those?
I just have one question. Did we decide to carry on with the Baker Park fitness equipment?
Well, we fundraised for that, and that money is here, and we had to put that in the budget to complete the project, so I think they still want to go ahead with it.
Who's they?
Well, that's with Joanne, again,
okay.
with Pathway to Wellness,
Okay.
Was working with that,
I just
so.
remember we had some discussion.
I think you had discussions on where you would like it, but I know, when Joe was saying too, that like in that area, kind of in between, like over by the library would be, and that would be good, and it's not right off the road, and, they can, the seniors, if they're, want to come and use whatever, so we'll see what we can get for the dollar
Right.
figure that we have and go from there.
Any further questions? Sorry, I'm not ready. If not, I could have a mover and a seconder, please. Gary, you still gonna move it? Randy's gonna second it. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. 7.6, the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to direct the Mayor and CAO to enter into a partnership agreement with Her Majesty the Queen to fund the construction of improvements on Ditson Drive and C Street at the intersection of Highway 7 for 50% of the total project cost, up to a maximum of $182,350, tax included. Deputy Administrator Kim.
Sure, so this is a partnership agreement. We've been working with the Ministry of Highways along the highway corridor, part of their project. And so they are planning on doing upgrades to Ditson Drive, C Street, that intersection. And so it will widen the turning radius, turning onto 11th. It'll provide some different timing and turning lanes onto the highway, just to make that intersection a bit more efficient and more user-friendly. So this agreement, the town would be partnering up to a maximum of just over $182,000, 50% of the cost of what would be happening on the portion of Ditson Drive and C Street. So Ministry of Highways would be responsible for everything that would be happening along Highway 7.
Any comments on that, Council? We've been through this for about 5 sessions now. So if we're good to go, can I get a mover and a seconder, please? Warren, Rob. Thank you. All in favor? That is carried. Agenda item 7.7, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley approves the application for surface consolidation of lots 14 and 15, Block 8, Plan G9. Kim?
Yep. So basically, there's an application put in to consolidate 2 lots within Kindersley. So one property owner owned the one lot. They have then since purchased the lot beside them. They're going to be demolishing that house, and they just want to consolidate the 2 lots into one. So they're doing a full surface consolidation. So that's what this is. And so basically, council would just be providing approval that you're fine with the 2 civic addresses becoming one.
Any queries on that?
And it's located like the intersection of 2nd Street East and 1st Avenue East, and it's the 2 lots closest there.
Where is this?
On the east side of town, 1st Avenue and 2nd Street. And I'm trying to remember what the civic addresses are besides the lot, block, and plan, but it's just on the end of 1st Avenue, like the 200 block of 1st Avenue East, and you know how it tees to where the fourplexes are? It's the 2 lots closest to the fourplexes
Like
on the north side,
218 and 216. I think.
perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 2 smaller lots, and it'll make it like a nice sized lot, and I think what their plans are is to keep the house where they are, but then build an attached garage so that they'll actually have room on their lot to do so.
Perfect.
So.
Okay, if that's okay, can I have a mover and seconder for that, please? Gary? Second, Warren. All in favor? Carried. Agenda item 8.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to accept as submitted the list of accounts as paid by the Town of Kindersley in the amount of $446,694.32, and that a copy of said accounts be attached to and form part of the minutes of this meeting. Did you have any queries at all? None? Anybody see anything now they'd like Audrey to elaborate on? So pretty bunch of sewer maintenance there.
I do have one inquiry about that tree pruning for $19,000. Do we not do it ourselves anymore, or did we ever do it?
We
Never did it?
I don't know about never, but we've had the tree pruner come in, like he goes and does.
Is it more
the big-
feasible to get them to do it?
Well, yeah, cause they're yeah.
And they choose, or like?
Well, they look at the trees and know what needs to come down and, yeah.
I can kind of update you a little bit, Rob. That Bill Lee from Swift Current, they've been doing Rosetown for years. And he came into town here because Joe wasn't happy with who had been doing it prior to, like the big stuff. And they're equipped with all the rigs and the big stuff. You see him around town right now,
Yeah.
but he literally documents the whole town and has a list of what was done, what needs to be done. He's the guy that did all the, or no, what did he do? He didn't do the stumps and that town guys did, but did they prune the trees or the town guys take those down? I think,
I think, well,
yeah, you know, maybe it was a
I
town, but
don't know.
anyway, I think he's quite efficient at what he does. I know him personally a little bit. And, he keeps record of what's been done, what needs to be done. He discusses it with Joe, and I think they get along pretty good, and that crew, they're based out of Swift Current.
and they grind as they go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff. They've been doing a lot of stuff around town here lately, some private, but some for Joe too, some, yeah.
Okay, nothing else then? Okay, if not, can I get a mover and a seconder for the pay the accounts? Gary, Randy? All in favor? Okay, move on to 9.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves to approve the consent agenda, which included the following things. There's the policing report and SAW November newsletter. It's pretty self-explanatory. Can I just get a mover and a seconder for approving that stuff? Rob, Warren? All in favor? Okay, we'll go into 10.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves, whereas the time being 7:31 p.m., that the regular meeting of council be adjourned to a confidential in-camera meeting. I need a mover and a seconder, Warren and Randy. All in favor? All in favor? Carried. And I'll move on to 13.1, that the Council of the Town of Kindersley resolves that all business having been concluded, the December 12th, 2022 regular meeting of council be adjourned at 7:53 p.m. Mover seconder. Gary and Randy. All in favor? Carried.